We're going to have fun this morning because our topic this morning is Dixon. And when they asked me what I was going to talk about this morning, I responded one word, Dixon, and everyone got very concerned. But one of the reasons why I picked sharing the blessings of Dixon is this particular topic I can't imagine a preacher could ever give. It's something that Dixon, even though there's a tremendous amount of Scripture and there's a biblical motive behind how we should view our preacher, how we should give blessings for our preacher, that would be a difficult spot for a preacher to stand up and say, you should exalt me. You should give thanks for me. And so I thought, what an opportunity if I'm asked to be in this spot today to share something that may be difficult for Dixon to do, but I think very appropriate.
David has always supported me in coming to church, but he never come. Not so much he would come special occasion, not especially Easter like some do, Christmas and Easter. But anyway, when Dixon got here, we went out to eat with Peg and Don, and I told Dixon, I said, now David is one, you might as well forget it because he's not going to come. He's not going to come. So Dixon, in his spirit, I introduced him, and he says, oh yeah, I understand you're never coming. And David looked at him, and my David being kind of a stubborn man, I don't know if he thought, well, I'll show him, or at our age, our mortality is getting, But anyway, David started coming, and him and Dixon they fuss at each other. And then David loves it, with Dixon being so big, he grabs my little husband and just hugs on him. And David loves it. And Dixon says, there's just something about that little stubborn man of yours I really, really like. And so here David is, come to church nearly every Sunday.
Our daughter was going through a really, really bad time, and it was making it bad for us as well. She didn't feel comfortable talking to her preacher. So I asked Dixon, I said, would you see her? Of course he did. She left 100% better. Dixon gave her his cell phone number, said, you need me day or night, I'm there for you. And he meant that. And that meant a lot to me because I couldn't help her, and he did.
Many of you know that I drive from Bella Vista to come, and it's quite a drive. And it's really no secret that after Pastor Carl left, I was really upset about that. And I wasn't sure that I would continue to come. I love all of you guys, but it's a drive in the morning. But after meeting with Dixon a few times and just the way he responds to people and kids, my son, he came up one day, my son is 4, and he said, hey, Camden, give me a bear hug. And so Camden scratched at his face and growled in his ear very loudly, and he just responded so well to that and, continued to ask for them. So he is a very caring and wonderful individual, and that's why we continue to drive late sometimes, but we still come from Bella Vista. So.
We're from Texas originally. We've been here 4 years now, so we've been away from family. So this has kind of been our second home, and Dixon has been very supportive of us. We've had some difficult times. We lost Dana's father last year, her grandfather about 2 months apart. Her mother's had cancer that she's been fighting. So Dixon has always been very supportive, whether it's a phone call or a text or an email. He's always there, and that's big for us. So
I realized a couple of weeks ago that I've been here for 2 years now, and it feels like I've been here for 15, 20 years. When I was first asked to come here and lead worship, I was asked by Pastor Carl, and he was in his last month. And so I very tentatively said yes, because I know that some preachers sometimes can treat church musicians as just kind of a dime a dozen, as, well, we need you here, but there's someone else. There's always someone else that we could find. That wasn't the case with Brother Dixon. And I was worried at first because I didn't know the man. It seemed like in the first 3 weeks I had a dad living up here in Northwest Arkansas. I'm so reminded of my own father and my own family, his quirks and his jokes and his ridiculous sense of humor. And it makes me feel at home. And in no small part thanks to you all as well. But I never thought that in 2 years I would feel that I had a church home. And so much thanks to Brother Dixon, that is the case. So thank you, Brother Dixon.